I feel like I'm on the ballot. I feel like this is a referendum on who I am and who I identify as. And I don't know, I'm very unsure about where I fit into the American tapestry that we always talk about. I don't know if I'm valued. I don't know if my life matters. I don't know if there's space for me as this whole person. I've always maintained that Donald Trump is dangerous, yes, but he's dangerous in this idealistic way where, you know, he doesn't exactly have a policy know-how, but he's put someone on his ticket, someone who's adept at passing legislation that's very harmful for queer people, for trans people, for people of many different life experiences. When I think of Mike Pence, I think of him as the architect of an entire HIV outbreak that happened in Southeast Indiana in his home state while he was governor. Erasing the option for people to get HIV testing, he was directly responsible for this HIV outbreak. And then when it happened, public health experts, scientists, like they told him that needle exchange would help the situation. And rather than listen, he implemented a needle exchange for 30 days and then got rid of it. And it's like, what happens when someone ignores what is sound science and ignores compassion and chooses instead what are his personal beliefs about HIV? You know, we're 35 years into the AIDS epidemic in America, and I see Pence as like a step backward into these terrible ideas of how what a politician's role is in fighting the epidemic, and it feels like we've gone back to ignoring it. You know, there's a really famous saying about not learning your history, and I think we're seeing history repeat itself. And if I know the history of the queer community, it's that we've always had resilience in the face of great odds, especially queer people of color. We threw the first brick at Stonewall. We have always been able to face the greatest odds and the most elusive structural enemies that don't always come down to like one cartoon villain twirling their mustache, you know? We've always been able to like band together and be resilient. And I think it sucks that now in 2016, like that resilience has to come back, you know? It's like we never got a chance to like get home and like take off our boots and take off our coat and make a cup of tea and sit down. And like we're called to action again, you know? And so I guess I just want to say to all the queer people, all the people of color, all the queer people of color out there that like the power is like within us, you know? And the change and the capacity for compassion and love and respect and power is, we already have it, you know? And perhaps now in this like moment of great adversity, like we're gonna be able to use it and show it.